Here we are in Dreamweaver CS6, and we're using a template which is a 960 pixels, meaning it's 960 pixels from there all the way across. Fixed, meaning it does not contract or expand regardless of what the browser's doing. If somebody's making the browser smaller, this content area stays at 960 pixels, which can be really good if you have pictures and things like that in there. They're not going to move. You know, it's almost what you see is what you get. So right now we're in the designer view. Come up to Window, and you see Workspace Layout. So all these windows are set up thinking that a person is going to be working on this site as a designer. Someone else could be working on it as a coder and have a completely different setup window. There's app developer, like you just saw. So we don't want this. What we do want is back to designer. Now, what we're going to do is come up here and get rid of all the windows we don't need. We just want to end up with CSS, Insert, and Files panel. So we don't need the Adobe Browser Lab. We're going to get rid of that. We don't need the AP elements. We're going to get rid of that. We don't need the Business Catalyst. We're going to get rid of that. And assets we don't need. So I'm going to pull these all up. So we have these on one level. Okay. So this will make things a little simpler. Insert we have here with all the icons. Say you want to put an image in or whatever, you just would have to have your cursor somewhere. Say right here. Go to image insert and insert the image. And when you're inserting the image, you want to make sure that it is not an image that's going to be wider than the space it's going into, or you're going to have problems. So what we're going to do here is look at changing colors of text. We know this is a H1. This is an H2, meaning header. H3, H4. So when I go to this, what I'm going to come down to is the page properties. Right now it's black. Hit page properties, go to headings. See heading 1 right here. We know that's a heading 1. Whatever size I want it to be, I'll say 36. And the color, I'll give it that type of a color. Okay, so I could do the same thing with 2. This is a heading 2, meaning it's going to be getting smaller. One thing about these H1, H2s, H1 especially, is they're kind of important to the search engine. Search engines, when they're going through and collecting all the data on your site, they look at the H1 tags thinking that they're going to give a clue as to what the content is. So H2, I'm going to go back down to page properties, down to headings, do 24, blue. So this is important, this properties panel right down here, as well as these 3 other panels up here. With just these, you're going to be able to do a real lot. You can take and select, get over into the CSS Styles panel up here. You can take and select a cell, say the middle cell here, by holding down a modifier key. I'm on a Mac, so I'm holding down a control key. On a PC, it might be the Alt or the Command key. So notice I just selected the cell, and it selects everything in it. So you can see this padding here. And what the padding stops is it from hitting the very edge. 15 pixels of padding in or whatever. So right here you can see there's 10 pixels of padding for this cell. So if I double click that, this comes up and I get all my numbers as far as padding, right, left, width. This is a 960 pixel width, so this width here is 780. So that means that this column is going to have to make up for the 960. So it would be 780 minus 960. As far as the width of this column. So you can see you have a lot of controls here. You have links put in here. So what I'm going to do now is say I'm going to make a link to Google. I'm just going to type in Google. And you can see, hit tab, and you can see it down here in the code area. It's nice to pay attention to what's going on. You can see that there's Google. Now I'm going to come down the bottom and I'm going to type in on the link in the properties panel. I'm in HTML. I'm going to type in the link, get rid of that I call it a shop for music, a hashtag rather, and type in the address. Hit tab. And the next thing is go to target, which means I'm going to make this open a new window, or I'm going to open the same window, but I'm going to do new. So we've just linked this first link here. I'm going to do save, or save as. Spinning wheel of death. Okay. And I'm going to preview it in the browser. I could go up here and use the live, but I'm just going to preview in the browser. Preview in Firefox. So here's Google. It opens a new window and goes to Google. So I could have done that with these links down here. Same thing. And notice again we're in the split view, so we're seeing the graphical elements of this design as well as the code view. You can grab this and you can make it. You can grab this and pull it over to make it bigger. Sometimes it's not too easy. Or make it smaller. So these are a few of the, again, making a link. You go down to the properties panel, and if I wanted to move the properties panel, I can grab it and pull it up so I can see what I'm doing better. And say type in AOL, hit tab, come down here, link, hit tab, do target new, do save, see it's already saved, preview in browser again. Something's wrong. I typed something wrong. Oh god. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is go over HTTP. Oh, I left out a W. Easy enough. Hit tab. Save. So I could have went into the code view and figured that out too. Okay, so go to AOL. Not that I really want to. Here it is up here. Okay, so there's links, some little bit on color, and setting up your workspace in that.